Boom. Boom shot. Money drop. Staying hot. Never flop. That's not all I got, but I'm gonna cut it off short so I can get to the topic of the day. Thought, of course. So, thought for today is pay yourself first. Go ahead and smash up the likes. This sounds like be interesting to you. So I'm gonna get into a preview. I'm gonna talk about how to do this, how it affects your mindset, how it affects your finances and your money, how it affects your taxes, things along the lines of that. So I would have to say, in my own personal experience, this is a concept that I stumbled across maybe just a few years ago, and I had really no idea when I started doing it how big of an impact it would make on everything. And I think one of the first things I noticed that once I started doing this, I really stopped buying a lot of stuff that I thought was kind of like stupid. That I'd buy it at the time and think it was a good idea, and then later on I'd be thinking like, man, why'd I buy that? Like that really wasn't that good of an idea. Or else just stuff that maybe wasn't really worth the value. Like I feel like I overpaid on stuff a lot more in the past before I started doing this. I also began to become a lot more motivated to find new passive income sources. Motivated to make more money. It also got me more motivated to learn more about investing. It made learning about investing seem like less of a job, less of a hassle, more fun, more interesting. Really, it helped me to find like a new thing to invest in with each check. Each time the money came through, I'd find something new. So yeah, getting right into it. Don't think of this as saving, right? Think of this as like investing or flipping. You're doing something to benefit yourself, not the bank. Also, like law of attraction would say, saving comes from like a scarcity mindset, right? Like saving for a rainy day, saving for something bad to happen, like saving like you're not going to have the money in the future, like saving thinking like you're not going to be making more money later. No, that's all scarcity, right? It really helps the banks out though, I'll tell you that. So like investing or flipping is more of an abundance based mindset, right? Because you're going to see it like you're investing in yourself. Like you're going to see it like you're investing for more money to come later. And it's just going to grow exponentially, so it's just going to make your bank account greater. There's going to be no end. Like there's always going to be more money coming through, so you know what to do. Just put it into back into yourself instead of something else that you think is going to happen bad in the future or something like that. Like, and as you do this, you'll be making so much more money that you'll just realize like, hey, whatever happens, I got it covered. There's no need to worry, no need to have that scarcity saving mindset. Also helps to avoid the trap of getting into that get rich quick mindset, right? Like a lot of people have, like things come up and then they feel like, oh man, I gotta get this money quick, like I want to be rich now, all that kind of stuff, right? Usually that brings negative results. I've seen it all the time. I've of course fallen into this trap myself in the past. It can really have really bad results. Like you don't want to get rich quick. Like that kind of money, fast money, is not the kind of money that you want. A lot of people do a lot of things for a lot of people do a lot of stupid things for fast money. And this is like one of the quickest, easiest ways for people to do something stupid, to have that kind of mindset. Plus it puts you into like a hurry type mindset. And this even has like negative health benefits, right? Like this will affect your health in a negative way. You don't want to be like hurrying around. It's going to make your work less quality. the value you provide for other people is going to be less impactful. Just all kinds of things coming from that type of view. The goal really with this is to make more from investments than you do from working. So knowing that when you get into it, like, it's not going to take very long. I mean, if you do this, the more money you can put aside to pay yourself first, the quicker it's going to happen, right? And there's so many more benefits to this. Like, once you do this, once you make more money from flipping and investing and paying yourself than you do from actually working, you can invest the profits that you get from investing. And this is where the growth of money really starts to go exponentially. Like, it'll seem small at first, but once you get to this point, like, the money will just grow so quick. And this is really not possible with saving accounts in the bank and just working longer or harder. So you want to have the mindset of, like, don't work for money, make the money work for you. Working for money is what's that going to get you? You're going to work your whole life for money when you could just be working part of your life for money and then have money work for you the rest of your life. I mean, think about it. What would you rather do? So think that the initial money that you're paying yourself with will not be taken out, right? Like, you're not putting in money so that you're, like, taking it out for a rainy day. You're only going to be taking out the profits that you make from the money you're paying yourself with. So that money's going to keep on working for you. And then, like, of course, you're going to be reinvesting those profits. So it's just going to be more and more money working for you. And the more diversified you get, the more ways you find to pay yourself, more money's going to come. Try to avoid thinking in a percentage based rate to pay yourself. Like, a lot of banks will tell people, like, break down the percentage that you pay for this and that, and then pay yourself 10% or 20%. Like, that's stupid. That just really is a limiting belief. That really will limit you. Really what you want to do is think about the max amount you can afford to pay yourself. Because really, I mean, that's the most important thing, right? Like, you're working, right? You're working for your money. You want to be using it to pay yourself. Like, that should be more important than paying the government or anyone else. This will also help you become way more conscious about, money in general, how much you're spending, how much you're, paying taxes with, stuff like that. A lot of people don't consider that. Taxes are just taken out. Like, a lot of people think that's just like a given part of life, right? Well, I mean, at the same time, I think everybody knows, like, or at least kind of has a feeling that the rich people find ways to pay less taxes, right? So it's really the middle class that are paying for the rich at the end of the day. If you start to realize it that type of way, and then it's like, well, do I want to be paying for rich people? No, I want to be rich. And the more and more middle class people that understand this, the more rich people there are. And it's no scarcity of money. Like, there's a ridiculous amount of money. There's always going to be more money printed. Money is not backed by anything. Money is just however much people think it's worth. So, I mean, it's everywhere, right? Just got to know where it is. Also, going into, like, an attitude of continually improving your investing knowledge. So, like, right now, I'm learning about trading options in the options market, how that works. It's really, like, one of the most advanced and difficult forms of investing and trading. Can also be one of the most profitable. But, like, I would have never discovered this if I hadn't just started researching, like, simple investing strategies. Or would I have ever felt capable of understanding this if I had not understood the simple investing strategies? But it just goes to show, like, you can just start, like, real simple, like, how does the stock market work? How do you even, like, get money into the stock market, stuff like that. And once you start investing in that, once you start flipping your money like that, you'll find more ways pretty quick, and you'll just keep finding more and more better ways to do it. I think this is also like one of the easiest and more fun ways to start investing, right? Like it makes investing more enjoyable, more of like something to look forward to learning about. And really, I would say like start small and increase the amount of money you pay yourself over time. Even if you think you can't afford to pay yourself anything right now, just finding like $10, like even $1, if like that's all you got, right? There's ways to like invest $1. There's ways to invest $10, and this will have a huge psychological benefit because it'll start to show you that you're capable of doing it, and over time you'll be able to find more and more money to do it, because like all you got to do is really make that decision that it's possible and that you're going to do it, and you'll just find the way. Like once you say like I'm doing this no matter what, your brain will just start working, your subconscious mind will start working to find ways to make this possible. Really helps to change like your programming towards wanting material things, like stuff that's more of a liability over self-improvement, right? Self-improvement should be way more important than material. But I mean, I've studied marketing for, I mean, over 10 years. I'm really interested in marketing, really getting into like the meta game of marketing, and I know that a lot of it uses psychology to make material things seem more important than really like self-improvement. I mean, that's like, think about it, right? Like material, a lot of material too is just, you know, the way people want other people to perceive them, like, you know, having really nice stuff. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having nice stuff. It's really awesome to have nice stuff, but when it comes at having a negative impact over your self-worth as a person, I mean, that's a problem, right? Like you want to feel good, nice stuff helps you feel good, you know, dressing nice, eating good, all that kind of stuff, but you gotta have that balance of personal improvement, right? Plus, is, I mean, like I've said 100 times before, as you develop yourself more, the money's gonna come in to a greater effect. So yeah, consider what your expenses are right now, so you know what you have left over to invest, and then just invest first. It's pretty simple. Most people pay their taxes, their bills first, and then they feel like any extra money is what's theirs. But really, like, you know, who would you rather pay first? Like I said, right? Would you rather pay the government first? Do you think that's more important than paying yourself? The way, you know, the system is set up for most people who work jobs, who are, you know, probably generating like 10 times more for their employer than they're actually being paid. Those are the people who are paying the most in taxes. Like I said, those are the people who are by fault paying their the government first. And once you start investing, you'll start to realize that, you know, there's so many ways to find ways to really pay less taxes. You can keep flipping the money. The more you like keep flipping the money, the less taxes you're gonna pay. The more you work for money, the more taxes you're gonna pay. So yeah, investing in yourself is the most important. You're really gonna be paying more taxes by working for someone else instead of doing your own business, instead of setting up passive income. You know, the Western society mindset is really like work harder, work longer, get a second job, make more money. This mainly benefits the government due to paying more taxes. Really, I think it's smart to research like the different tax brackets. Like, so, you know, say like up to maybe like $60,000 a year, you're paying a certain amount of taxes, and then like after you make more than like something like $200,000 a year, you're going to be paying a lot more taxes. But then after you make like, you know, $1 million a year, then depending on the current policies of the government, you might be paying less taxes. So just be conscious of this, And investing in yourself is going to help you become way more conscious of this. It's super important, right? So it helps a lot to start with like less risky investments. You know, the bonds, stuff like that. Really, you just got to learn to see, like, start with the stuff that's less risky, right? And as you become more comfortable with, you know, investing your money, paying yourself, you'll learn how you can increase that risk. You'll become more uncomfortable with increasing the risk. And really, I mean, most people that get rich, they take bigger risks. I mean, I don't want to, like, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not trying to tell people like what to put their money into to take more risk with their money. But I mean, it's like common sense. Like, the more risk you take, the more money you're gonna make. And as you become comfortable with taking that risk, you can also find ways to minimize this risk, right? Like, I mean, just something like stop limits, right? Like, if you're gonna be investing in the markets, like, learn about stop loss limits, right? So you can set it so, like, if you get into a risky investment, or any investment really, but this makes more sense for the more riskier investments, you can set up an order so that, say, like, you know, as if the price drops to a certain point, then it'll automatically be sold, so you don't take a bigger loss. And yeah, this is super important because anyone can do this. It's all knowledge that's out there. It's easy to do. Just gotta do your research, find the best portals or websites for investing in. You know, back in the day, it used to be that you had to get a broker, pay this broker higher fees than you would pay on a website. You'd have to like physically call the broker and like tell them to put in the order. You got a lot of room for error with telling them what to do and them doing something. You got to be able to get a hold of them if you want to sell something right away. It takes a lot of the control away from you. And as technology improves, you're gonna find that investing ability to invest in a broader range of investments will improve too. So I think that's about it for today. I'm feeling right now like that's about all I had to say. Like I said before, go ahead and smash up the likes. Hope you got some value out of this. Hopefully it's a hit and not a miss. Go ahead and comment any you know, investments that you found to be good, anything that any questions that you have, anything you don't really understand, any kind of like success stories you've had. All goes into the money flow. Subscribe if you haven't already. You already know. Hit that bell so you can get hit with the notification as soon as I drop it, because I'm not going to stop it. I'm just going to keep on going with this. Also, there's the link for the mailing list. Gonna find more ways to provide more value with that. Got a book dropping in the next month, so the mailing list is gonna help also to give my subscribers a discounted book price when it first comes out. So I'll put the link in that when I drop it. Also kind of understand what the book's going to be about. Plan on doing many more, and it's going to be, you know, help from you that I know what to do. So I want to find out what people want to know. I want to find out how I can provide the most value for people. So that's why it's going to be, that email is going to make it a lot easier. So, you know, you can just directly email me and tell me what you're trying to learn, what you're trying to do, where you're trying to get. That's it for today. All I got to say.